Every morning in the Strait of Hormuz, as the first fishermen begin pulling in their nets, gigantic oil tankers silently pass behind them, like floating cities. Just a narrow stretch of sea, yet it carries the flow of energy that sustains most of the modern world. Millions of barrels of oil pass through this place every day. Warships, military radar systems, and tense surveillance operations have never truly disappeared from these waters. But the most astonishing thing is not only the oil, but the way people here survive. Can you believe that many communities around Hormuz had already been living here long before the world began calling this place a dangerous hotspot? On islands filled with wind and sea salt, children still grow up surrounded by the sound of waves and the distant roar of oil tankers far offshore. Men still go out to sea fishing on traditional wooden boats. Small markets still open every morning, as if the outside world had never been filled with tension. There are villages trapped between rocky mountains and deep seas, almost completely isolated from the rest of the world. There are crimson-red lands that look more like the surface of Mars than Earth. And there are also places where the sea is so calm that it is difficult to believe that only a few miles away lies one of the most important shipping routes on the planet. How would you feel if you woke up every day and watched the energy future of the entire world passing right in front of your home? In Hormuz, people have lived alongside instability for so long that it has become a normal part of life. Let us step into a journey exploring the Strait of Hormuz, where ordinary people live directly beside the most fragile and important maritime route on Earth. From above, the Strait of Hormuz does not appear particularly extraordinary. It is simply a narrow strip of water lying between Iran and Oman, squeezed between barren rocky mountains and the sun-scorched deserts of the Middle East. The Strait of Hormuz is about 104 miles long. Its widest point is about 60 miles. Its narrowest point ranges from about 21 to 24 miles, located between Khasab Island and Qeshm Island. The depth of Hormuz ranges from about 164 to 328 feet, deep enough for supertankers to navigate through it. Although its size is not especially large, few people realize that this small body of water carries one of the most important missions in the entire modern world. During periods without military tension, hundreds of gigantic ships pass through Hormuz every day. They move one after another through the narrow waters, like a gigantic industrial assembly line that never stops operating. Many of these ships are so long that from a distance they resemble buildings drifting across the surface of the sea. Some carry crude oil, some transport liquefied gas, others carry enough fuel to power megacities located thousands of miles away, such as Tokyo, Seoul, Singapore, or Mumbai. In one way or another, those enormous cities all depend on the flow that passes through Hormuz every single day. Nearly 1/5 of the world's seaborne oil shipments pass through this place. That means even a brief disruption in Hormuz could send shockwaves through the entire global economy. In fact, during the past few months, as tensions in the Strait of Hormuz have continued escalating, people everywhere have felt the impact on the economy. Fuel prices can surge dramatically. Supply chains can be shaken. Financial markets on the opposite side of the planet can also react almost instantly. And the most frightening part is that all of this depends on an unbelievably narrow body of water. In some sections, the distance between the two shores is only equivalent to a few dozen miles. Not a vast, endless ocean or a shipping route hundreds of miles wide. Just a gigantic choke point through which nearly the entire flow of the world's energy is forced to pass. That is why Hormuz has always been considered one of the most sensitive places on the planet. During many periods of tension, the entire world watches this tiny stretch of water as if a single small mistake could change everything completely. Right beside the Strait of Hormuz, off the southern coast of Iran, lies a gigantic island called Qeshm Island. With an area of nearly 580 square miles, it is the largest island in the entire Persian Gulf. Seen from above, Qeshm Island looks like a barren land separated from the modern world. The reddish-brown color of the Rocky Mountains stretches all the way to the edge of the sea. Barren ridges of land appear almost completely devoid of vegetation. The air here is so dry and hot that many first-time visitors feel as if they have stepped onto another planet. During summer, daytime temperatures usually range from 104 to 113 degrees Fahrenheit. During extreme heat waves, the temperature can rise beyond 122 degrees Fahrenheit. The ground absorbs heat for hours beneath the harsh sunlight of the Gulf region. The air becomes so hot that the horizon sometimes appears to tremble as if it were burning. Yet within that harsh environment, tens of thousands of people continue living here every single day. On Qeshm Island, the sea is not merely part of the landscape, but a source of life itself. Many communities on the island had survived through fishing long before Hormuz became the most important energy transportation route on Earth. Every morning, before sunlight has fully spread across the sea, the small harbors are already coming to life. Wooden boats leave the docks as the sound of engines echoes through the quiet air. Fishermen head into the waters around Hormuz to catch fish, shrimp, and many other kinds of seafood. The strange thing is that all of this happens directly beside one of the busiest shipping routes in the world. Far offshore, gigantic oil tankers move silently across the sea. Some vessels are more than 980 feet long, so enormous that when viewed from the small fishing boats of local people, they resemble drifting walls of steel. That contrast makes Qeshm Island one of the strangest places around the Strait of Hormuz. On one side is a traditional way of life that has barely changed for generations. On the other side is the flow of energy powering the global economy. In ancient villages such as Laft, traces of an old maritime civilization are still clearly visible. Narrow alleyways run between earth-colored houses. The air feels heavy with the smell of sea salt and heat. Above the rooftops stand tall wind towers, known as badgirs. These are natural cooling systems that first appeared hundreds of years ago. When sea winds pass through the narrow openings inside the towers, hot air is drawn upward, while cooler air is pushed down into the houses below. In a climate that can exceed 113 degrees Fahrenheit during summer, this was once the only way people could survive before the age of air conditioning. Many families on Qeshm Island still make their living through the traditional craft of wooden boat building. These lenge boats are created almost entirely by hand. Each wooden plank is assembled based on experience, passed down through many generations. No modern machinery, no industrial assembly lines, only the sound of hammers, the scent of wood, and the experience of people who have spent their entire lives with the sea. When the sun sets behind the barren Rocky Mountains, Qeshm Island begins to change. The temperature slowly falls after hours of relentless heat. Small seaside markets light up. The smell of grilled fish and spices spreads through the air. Far offshore, the lights of oil tankers appear in long lines across the dark sea. From a distance, they look like a floating city moving through the night. Perhaps that is the image that best captures the uniqueness of Qeshm Island, an island where people still live by fish, sea winds, and ancient wooden boats, while just beyond them lies the most important energy transportation route in the world. In the middle of the most tense waters in the Middle East, there exists a small island that makes many first-time visitors question whether it truly belongs to Earth. It is Hormuz Island, a small island covering only about 16 square miles, located directly beside one of the most important shipping routes on the planet. From a distance, Hormuz Island looks like a massive red rock rising from the deep blue waters of the Persian Gulf. But once you step onto the island, the feeling becomes even stranger. The ground here is dark red, like dried blood. The Rocky Mountains shift from red to orange, yellow, and purple beneath the sunlight. There are areas where the colors change continuously within only a few feet, making the landscape resemble the surface of Mars more than a real island on Earth. The climate on Hormuz Island is almost extremely hot and dry. During summer, daytime temperatures usually range from about 100 to more than 113 degrees Fahrenheit. The ground absorbs heat so intensely that many of the red rock formations become scorching hot after only a few hours under the sun. When sea winds pass across the mineral-rich cliffs, the entire air carries a distinctive scent of salt and mineral dust that many visitors say they have never experienced anywhere else. What is astonishing is that amid such an almost surreal landscape, people still live here every single day. Many small communities on the island survive through fishing, tourism, and local trade activities. Colorful small houses are scattered across the barren red landscape. Children still run and play along roads covered in red dust. Fishermen still head out to sea every morning, just as their ancestors did for generations. For local residents, Hormuz Island is not a strange, famous place on the internet. It is simply their homeland, a place where the red color of the earth has been part of their memories since childhood. What makes Hormuz Island truly special is not only its landscape, but the almost unbelievable contrast between the island's surreal beauty and its extremely sensitive position on the world map. Just offshore from Hormuz Island lies one of the most important oil transportation routes on Earth. Every day, gigantic oil tankers move silently across these waters. Some ships are so enormous that when viewed from the island's shore, they resemble buildings drifting across the sea. Because of that, very strange moments often occur on Hormuz Island. On one side, tourists stand taking photographs among fiery red mountains that resemble another planet. On the other side, oil tankers, military vessels, and patrol helicopters appear along the horizon. Two completely different worlds, yet both coexist on one small island in the Strait of Hormuz. Hormuz Island is also famous for its rare red beaches. In some areas, red sand and soil are washed down by the waves to the edge of the water, giving the entire coastline a strange dark red color. When tides rise and fall beneath the sunset, the sea reflects crimson shades, as if the water itself were glowing with the light of another planet. That is why many people call Hormuz Island the Rainbow Island of Iran. But behind that beauty lies a life that is far from easy. The harsh climate, limited freshwater sources, and isolated location make survival on the island a constant challenge. For many generations, people here have had to learn how to survive with very limited natural resources. Perhaps that is what created a community deeply accustomed to the harshness of the sea and desert. And perhaps that is exactly what makes Hormuz Island one of the most extraordinary places around the Strait of Hormuz. A tiny island, yet possessing such strange beauty that it makes people feel as though they are standing on the edge between Earth and another world. South of the Strait of Hormuz, within the territory of Oman, lies a land that makes many people feel as if they have left the Middle East and entered a completely different world. It is the Musandam Peninsula, a land of rocky mountains, deep seas, and villages almost isolated from the rest of the modern world. Seen from above, the Musandam Peninsula looks like gigantic fragments of mountains torn apart and dropped into the sea. Steep cliffs plunge directly into the dark blue water. Narrow inlets cut deep into the land, creating landscapes that resemble the fjords of Norway more than the typical image of the Middle East. Because of this, many people call the region the Norway of Arabia. But behind that beauty lies one of the harshest living environments around the Strait of Hormuz. Many areas of the Musandam Peninsula have almost no flat land. Rocky mountains dominate most of the territory. Summer temperatures usually range from about 95 to more than 104 degrees Fahrenheit. Meanwhile, annual rainfall remains extremely low, making vegetation rare in many places. What is astonishing is that within such a heavily fragmented landscape, small communities have continued living here for generations. There are villages hidden between rocky mountains and deep seas. There are no massive highways or large cities. In fact, for many years, some places had almost no direct road connection to the outside world. The sea became the only pathway for survival here. The people of Musandam Peninsula have long been accustomed to traveling by boat between coastal communities. Traditional dhow boats still appear on the water every day. They are used for fishing, transporting goods, and connecting small villages scattered along the narrow inlets. In many places around Hormuz, the sea is a source of life. But in Musandam Peninsula, the sea is also the only road connecting people to the outside world. Mornings in the coastal villages of Musandam Peninsula often begin in remarkable silence. The sea remains almost perfectly calm between gigantic rocky mountain ranges. Small boats leave the docks beneath the first sunlight of the day, reflecting across grayish-brown cliffs. There are no car horns or crowded boulevards. Here, there is only the sound of waves echoing between cliffs rising hundreds of feet high. Every day, gigantic oil tankers pass through the Strait of Hormuz, not far from Musandam Peninsula. From many points across the peninsula, local residents can see ships hundreds of feet long, silently moving along the horizon. Musandam Peninsula is also famous for waters where dolphins appear frequently. Many pods of dolphins swim alongside traditional dhow boats through the deep and quiet inlets. That creates a very special atmosphere in this place. A land that is both wild and isolated, yet also possesses an almost surreal beauty. When the sun sets behind the Rocky Mountains, Musandam Peninsula quickly begins to sink into darkness. The final light of the day reflects across the deep blue sea between towering cliffs, creating scenery that hardly resembles the Middle East. And within that darkness, the small boats of local residents continue traveling between coastal villages, just as they have done for generations. Perhaps that is what truly makes Musandam Peninsula special. Not because this place lies beside the most important shipping route on the planet, but because amid the Rocky Mountains and tension-filled waters of Hormuz, people still continue living at a slow pace, almost separated from the rest of the world. At the northern tip of Oman, directly beside the Strait of Hormuz, there exists a small city that most of the world barely notices. It is Khasab, a coastal city hidden between barren Rocky Mountains and one of the most important seas on Earth. At first glance, Khasab appears unbelievably peaceful. There are no gigantic skyscrapers, no crowded boulevards packed with traffic like those in Dubai or Doha. There are only small roads stretching along the coastline, quiet harbors, and steep rocky mountains surrounding the city. Yet this peaceful place lies directly beside one of the most tense and important shipping routes in the world. From the coast of Khasab, people can sometimes see gigantic oil tankers passing far offshore. Ships hundreds of feet long appear silently along the horizon. Millions of barrels of oil pass through this place every day. The flow of energy powering many of the world's largest economies moves directly before the eyes of the people of Khasab. But strangely enough, life here still moves at a very slow pace. Every morning, as the sun begins shining upon the grayish-brown rocky cliffs surrounding the city, the fishing harbor of Khasab also begins to awaken. Small fishing boats return after many hours drifting at sea. Fishermen pull their catch onto the shore, while the sound of engines echoes through the still cool morning air. The smell of sea salt, engine oil, and fresh fish blends together, creating the distinctive atmosphere of communities along Hormuz. In Khasab, the sea is not merely scenery, but the source of life for the entire city. Many families here have remained connected to fishing for generations. Others work as captains of traditional dhow boats, carrying passengers through the narrow inlets of Musandam Peninsula. Wooden dhow boats appear everywhere in Khasab. Their design has remained almost unchanged for hundreds of years. Long pointed bows, low wooden bodies, and slow movement across the deep blue sea between gigantic rocky mountain ranges. While the rest of the world speaks about Hormuz as a geopolitical hotspot, many people in Khasab simply view this place as their home waters. A place they have known since childhood, a place where they see oil tankers passing far offshore every single day. What makes Khasab special is that the contrast here feels clearer than almost anywhere else around the Strait of Hormuz. On one side is the ordinary life of small coastal communities. On the other side is the pressure of global trade, military presence, and international energy flowing directly before their eyes every day. Sometimes, while passenger dhow boats slowly move through the quiet inlets, far offshore, warships and gigantic cargo vessels travel along the strait. The climate in Khasab is just as harsh as in many other places around Hormuz. During summer, daytime temperatures often exceed 104 degrees Fahrenheit. The surrounding Rocky Mountains absorb heat for hours beneath the Gulf's sunlight, making the air feel intensely hot and dry, as if it were being baked. But when the sun sets, Khasab takes on an entirely different atmosphere. The temperature gradually falls. Seaside tea shops begin filling with people. Small lights reflect across the calm water between dark mountain ranges. Far offshore, the lights of oil tankers form long glowing lines along the horizon. Looking out from the coast of Khasab at night, it feels as though the entire modern world is silently passing before this small city. Perhaps that is what truly makes Khasab special. A small city, almost isolated between Rocky Mountains and deep seas, yet sitting directly beside the most important flow of energy on the planet. The Strait of Hormuz often appears in international media as a hotspot capable of shaking the entire world overnight. A collision between ships at sea, a military confrontation, an announcement blocking the shipping route. Sometimes only a single small incident in Hormuz is enough to cause global oil prices to fluctuate almost instantly. Because nearly 1/5 of the world's seaborne oil passes through this place every day. That has made Hormuz one of the most heavily militarized bodies of water on Earth. Warships, patrol aircraft, military radar systems, constant surveillance operations across both sea and sky. In many areas around the strait, the sight of military vessels offshore has become completely normal for local residents. Yet life still continues amid all of that tension. Fishermen still head out to sea every morning, Seaside markets still open as usual. Children still go to school, while the world continues talking about crisis in the Strait of Hormuz. That is what makes this body of water so different. For most of the world, Hormuz is a symbol of instability. But for many people living around the strait, it is simply the place where they were born and raised. In the small coastal villages surrounding the Strait of Hormuz, daily life still revolves around ordinary things such as fishing, boat building, and small-scale trade. Seaside markets selling fish and spices, tea shops where local men sit and talk as the sun begins to set. There are mornings when the sea becomes so calm that it is difficult to believe this is one of the most sensitive places in the world. Sunlight reflects across the still surface of the water. Small wooden boats move slowly between local harbors. Far offshore, gigantic oil tankers silently pass by, like enormous steel structures that never stop moving. But behind that peaceful appearance, an invisible pressure always exists. The people here understand that their lives are deeply connected to every change occurring on these waters. When tensions rise, fishing activities can be affected. Shipping routes begin to change. The atmosphere at the ports becomes more tense. And sometimes, merely hearing news about a new crisis is enough to make the entire sea seem to slow down in anxiety. Yet what is remarkable is that many communities around the Strait of Hormuz have lived alongside this instability for so long that it has become a normal part of life. They grew up with the sound of oil tanker engines offshore, with the sight of warships crossing the horizon, with international news describing their home waters as a place that could erupt at any moment. But the next morning, they still return to the sea. Perhaps that is the most extraordinary thing about the people around the Strait of Hormuz. They do not control the global flow of oil. They do not decide political or military crises. Yet their lives exist directly at the center of all those forces. And amid one of the most fragile shipping routes on the planet, the people here continue surviving like maritime communities that had already lived here for generations before the world ever began paying attention to Hormuz. As darkness gradually covers the Strait of Hormuz, the lights of oil tankers and cargo ships stretch across the sea like a gigantic flow that never sleeps. In this place, only a narrow body of water, yet it connects the lives of billions of people across the planet. The ships offshore are not merely carrying oil, they are carrying the energy that powers cities, economies, and the entire modern world. But amid that enormous flow, small communities still exist quietly between rocky mountains, deserts, and deep seas. People who have learned how to adapt to extreme heat, isolation, and waters that have never truly been peaceful. Hormuz is not merely a point on the geopolitical map. It is a place where nature, trade, history, and human life collide in a way almost nowhere else on Earth can match. A place where the more deeply people explore it, the more clearly they realize how fragile the modern world truly is. And perhaps the most astonishing thing is not the gigantic oil tankers or the international tensions, but the way people continue living ordinary lives in the middle of all of it. If you want to continue exploring the strangest, harshest, and least understood places on the planet, do not forget to subscribe to the channel and join me on future journeys. Because out there are still many lands that the modern world depends upon. Yet most of us have never truly understood them.